You know this Deeone issue, and he's fixated with VDM's issue. And we have the fallout now. Nedu was one of the fallout of what happened. He said we can continue to talk on this thing for so long and we will not exhaust the lessons from it. Okay, make I start like this. One, if you watch the initial podcast that they did at Honest Bunch, you can see Nedu was one that was prompting Deeone about VDM. Even when Deeone said he doesn't want to talk about Nedu was the one that was saying, say it. It's a Honest Bunch podcast and stuff like that. So you see, he was the one that gave Deeone that motivation for Deeone to talk about VDM. It won't be right for us to say Nedu is innocent. Nedu knew Deeone has been pushing VDM all this while. They wanted that for the show. They wanted the reaction from the public. They wanted to sell out. That is why they brought Deeone to talk about VDM, because VDM for now is the most controversial. Not really controversial, it's just a topic that everybody wants to talk about. So once Nedu is not guilty, he's guilty as charged. But that being said, it's like when they tell us somebody where they stay glass house not supposed to throw stone. You see, Nedu was staying in a glass house. I knew he had a relationship with VDM before. He's trying to invite VDM. VDM refused to come, even when he promised to buy VDM car. And you see, in his drive to get VDM, you know when guys they discuss now, you don't tell VDM things when he do, people when he sleep with, all those kind of his perception about some people and stuff like that. And VDM being who he is, had to resort to use that back to go after Nedu. So Nedu would have seen the handwriting on the wall, would have known that, well, he's exposed to this person. Why going out to bring this person to his podcast and then make the situation the way it is? But that being said, you see, another thing there is this. There was standing with one young man. We just did on a story building watching people passing, and the lady was passing. The guy said, "You don't sleep with this girl" and stuff like that. And I was like, that's very disappointing, you saying that. Why would you say you slept with the girl? If you slept with the girl, is this something you begin to discuss? You understand? So you can see that Nedu was wrong in discussing those things with VDM. And also VDM also that was shared those secrets with. You're not supposed to use them, but then it's using it as a last resort. You understand? Those are secret. Those are not things you bring out and start washing or dirty linen in the public. So before you say something, know the kind of person you're talking to. And again, there are some things you shouldn't even talk about. There are some things that are personal to you. No secret is shared. Once it's shared, it's no longer a secret. So you won't say you're keeping a secret and you want to share it. Once you share it, it's no longer a secret. You understand? So that is because the person can use it at any time against you. So it's no longer a secret. But it's very, very wrong to start saying those kind of things. It shows the level of maturity and your attitude or disposition to life. So our lessons from it is one, Nedu was wrong trying to prompt VDM since he knows Deeone has issues with VDM. Bringing Deeone to the podcast was to talk about VDM. Since he cannot bring VDM directly, he wants to bring somebody indirectly to bring in VDM. And you've seen the reaction. Even Glitch Africa became a culprit also, because talking about Cider Budge also, and the interaction with Cider Budge, and the video they did about Cider Budge and stuff like that. So you see that Glitch Africa also is not even innocent, because like they said before, those podcasts are being aired. They go through these things and make sure that everything is okay before pushing it out there. So pushing out contents that you cut from different things and saying something somebody did not say is not very right. It doesn't show the podcast is honest. So we should take off the honest podcast from there. They're not honest bunch from what they do. So lessons we've been able to learn is when things happen, you don't need to keep saying them. Don't bring in people's enemy. Don't bring in an enemy of a friend because you want to bring down the friend, which was very wrong. Say things the way they are. Be truthful to yourself. Those things that are secret, you shouldn't share them. It doesn't make you better than the other person. It is important we put all these things in perspective. We've seen the resignation letter of Nedu. He has resigned from the Honest Bunch. And we've seen various accusations here and there. But the summary of it all is that Nedu is not innocent. And looking at also from what Lokidu shared, his voice note to VDM shows you that Nedu is not innocent. Well, it's a normal thing there amongst most of these celebrities, most of these entertainers. Most times they get to a point, they are so full of themselves and then they want to treat people like trash. It happens. It happens. Even Lokidu that shared his own experience, his own might not be different. We've seen the accusation from the Cubana Chief Priest brother and the lady that said she had a child for Cubana Chief Priest, talking about what Lokidu did. So you can see all of them are just the same thing. We'll continue to watch and see how this thing unfolds as time goes on. But then, Be careful of who you share your secret with. Once you've said it out to somebody, it's no longer a secret. The person can use it against you. And you that knows those secrets, you should be man enough to keep your mouth shut. We're going to see in our next video. What do you think?